There is a quiet paradox in being human. We live our entire lives inside a body that keeps a perfect cellular memory of everything we've ever been, while simultaneously, and without our permission, becoming something new. It remembers the feeling of a sprint across a field, the ease of lifting a heavy box, the simple, thoughtless confidence of turning a key in a lock. And yet, tonight, it may also hold the new reality of hesitation, of careful calculation, of a strength that expresses itself in entirely different ways. This body is both a living museum of a past self and the only home we have in this present moment. It is a source of profound wonder, and sometimes a source of quiet, unspoken grief. Before we begin this journey together, let's just take a quick moment. If you can, write in the comments which part of this world you're listening from right now, and what time it is where you are. I'm curious, are you listening in the quiet of late night, with the world asleep around you, or perhaps in the early morning hours when sleep hasn't yet come? Just leave a word or two, a small signal from your corner of the night, and then, when you're ready, gently set your device aside, because this time right now, is entirely and completely yours. There is nothing else to do, nowhere else to be. The only task is to be here and to be gentle with yourself. So let's begin by settling in. Find the position that feels most like a sanctuary for your body tonight. Let the blankets feel like a soft earth, covering you. Let the pillow be a gentle cloud, holding the weight of your thoughts. Allow your body to truly arrive in this space, in this bed. Feel the points of contact between you and the mattress, your shoulders, your hips, your heels. Let each point of contact be an invitation to release, to let go of just a little more tension. The central question for us tonight, the gentle inquiry we will hold together, is this: how do we honor the beautiful, powerful story of all that our body has done, all that it has been, while also finding a deep and abiding peace with the body we inhabit right now? How do we hold the memory of who we were with love, while fully inhabiting and finding peace in the body we have tonight? There is no simple answer, but there is a path of gentle exploration. Over our time together, we will touch upon the quiet wisdom of surrender, the unexpected strength found in asking for help, and the constant, unfailing miracle of the life that continues within you, moment by moment. We will learn to see this change not as an ending, but as a profound and natural metamorphosis. But for now, the only invitation is to be here, right here. Let the day begin to dissolve. Every moment of frustration, every instance where your body did not do what your mind expected it to do, can be allowed to soften. Think of those small moments. The lid on the jar that wouldn't turn, the item on the high shelf that remained out of reach, the twinge of pain that made you pause. These are the small battles of the day. And in this moment, you can declare a truce. You can lay down your arms. You do not need to fight that battle anymore tonight. Imagine those frustrations are written on slips of paper, held tightly in your hands. And now, with a slow, easy breath, imagine your hands softening, your fingers uncurling, and those little slips of paper just drifting away on a gentle breeze, out the window and into the vast, quiet darkness of the night. They are no longer yours to hold. They have been released. What is left is simply the feeling of your own presence, here in this bed. There is a quiet grief that can accompany physical change. It's a subtle thing, often unspoken. It's the feeling that a part of you is gone. A capability you once took for granted now feels like a distant memory. this feeling is real. It is valid. And tonight, we are not going to push it away or pretend it doesn't exist. Instead, we are simply going to make space for it. Imagine that feeling of grief is a small, sleeping animal, curled up in a corner of the room. You don't need to wake it. You don't need to engage with it. You just acknowledge that it's there, and you let it rest. By giving it permission to exist, by not fighting it, you take away its power to disturb your peace. You are simply allowing everything to be as it is, just for tonight. Now, let's bring our awareness to the breath. Don't try to change it or control it. Just notice it. Notice the air as it enters your nostrils, cool and fresh. Follow its path down into your lungs. Feel the gentle expansion of your chest, your ribs, your belly, and then notice the release, the gentle sigh as the air leaves your body, a little warmer than when it came in. This breath is your anchor to the present moment. It is the steady rhythm of life itself, happening all on its own. It asks nothing of you. It simply is. Every time your mind wanders back to the frustrations of the day, or forward to the worries of tomorrow, just gently, without any judgment, guide it back to the feeling of your breath, in and out. A simple, steady tide. Let's set a quiet intention for our time together and for your journey into sleep. The intention is not to fix anything. It is not to become stronger by morning or to magically erase the challenges you face. The intention is far more gentle and far more profound. The intention is simply to find peace with the body you have tonight, to befriend it, to see it not as an adversary or a source of frustration, but as a faithful companion that has carried you through every single moment of your life. It is doing its very best with the resources it has, and tonight, you can offer it your kindness. You can offer it your gratitude. You can offer it your peace. So, with your next breath in, silently say to yourself, I am here. And with the breath out, I am at peace with what is. Breathe in, I am here. Breathe out, I am at peace with what is. Feel the meaning of those words settle into your body. Feel them in your bones, in your muscles, in the very cells that make you who you are. This is not a denial of difficulty. It is a powerful acceptance of the present reality. And in that acceptance, there is an enormous freedom. A freedom from the struggle, a freedom from the constant comparison, a freedom from the feeling that you are somehow falling short. You are not falling short. You are simply on a different part of the journey, a part that requires a new kind of wisdom, a new kind of strength, a new kind of grace. And so, we begin, not with a striving, but with a softening, not with a fight, but with a deep and gentle surrender to the moment. Allow the sounds around you to become part of your meditation. The hum of the house, the distant sound of traffic, the rustle of your own sheets. These are just the sounds of the world turning, the sounds of the night. They cannot disturb your inner quiet unless you allow them to. Let them wash over you like waves on a distant shore. You are safe. You are held. And you are ready to begin this gentle exploration, finding peace right here, right now, in the magnificent, changing, and miraculous body that is your home. As your awareness settles, soft and deep, let us take a gentle journey inward. Imagine, if you will, a quiet place within your own mind. It is not a place of striving or of planning, but a place of simple, quiet observation. Let us call it the Museum of Yesterday's Strength. This museum is private, open only to you. Its halls are softly lit, not by harsh electric lights, but by a warm, gentle glow that seems to come from the exhibits themselves. The air here is still and peaceful. There is no judgment in this place. There is only reverence. You can walk through these halls at your own pace, for there is no one else here. This is your story, preserved in luminous, living detail. Let's wander into the first gallery. Here, we see an exhibit dedicated to effortless motion. Perhaps it is a memory, so vivid it feels like you could step right into it, of running. Not for any reason, not to catch a bus or to win a race, but for the sheer joy of it. Feel, just for a moment, the echo of that memory in your body, the rhythmic pump of your arms, the solid, dependable connection of your feet to the earth, the feeling of the wind on your face and the world blurring slightly at the edges. Remember the glorious, burning sensation in your lungs, a feeling not of limitation, but of pure, powerful life. Look at this version of you, suspended in this memory. They are beautiful. They are powerful. This is not a stranger. This was you. And this memory is not here to cause you pain or to highlight a loss. It is here as a testament. It is proof of a life fully lived, of a body that has known flight, that has known speed, that has danced with gravity and felt the thrill of its own power. We look upon this exhibit with tenderness, with a deep appreciation for the joy it represents. We honor the feet that ran, the legs that propelled, the heart that beat like a drum inside that powerful chest. Let's move on to the next hall. This one is filled with displays of a different kind of strength, the strength of lifting, of carrying. Here is a memory, clear as glass, of lifting a small child into your arms. Remember the solid, trusting weight of them, the way their small hands might have wrapped around your neck. The strength it took was unconscious, an automatic expression of love and protection. It was simply there, a resource you could draw upon without a second thought. Over here, another memory. Carrying all the grocery bags from the car in one trip, a small, satisfying victory of everyday life. Or perhaps it's the memory of moving a piece of furniture, feeling the strain in your muscles as a sign of capability, of your ability to shape your own environment. These are the quiet monuments to a strength that served you and served others for so long. Again, we are not here to mourn its passing. We are here to honor its existence. Each act of lifting, each burden carried, has been woven into the tapestry of your life. That strength was real. It was yours. And the love that motivated so much of it, that love is still here. The care is still here. The essence of who you were in those moments is still present, even if the physical expression has changed. Bow your head in gratitude to the arms that held, the back that supported, the hands that carried so much for so long. They have earned their rest. They have earned your kindness. And as we continue our gentle walk, we come to a gallery that seems simpler, but is just as profound. It's the Hall of Simple Autonomy. Here is the memory of driving a car on a long road, one hand resting on the wheel, the radio playing a familiar song, the effortless way you could navigate the world, the freedom to simply go where you wanted, when you wanted. Or maybe it's the memory of reaching for something on the highest shelf in the kitchen, stretching your body without a thought. Or simply the act of walking through a crowded place with confidence, your body moving with an easy grace that you never even had to think about. These small, unconscious acts of freedom were the bedrock of daily life. They were so constant, you may have never even noticed them as a form of strength. But they were. They were the physical language of independence. Looking at them now, from this quiet place, we can see them for the gifts they truly were. We can appreciate the beautiful, intricate dance of nerves and muscles that made it all possible. The quiet miracle of a body that simply did what you asked of it, day in and day out. Now, it is important to understand why we are visiting this museum tonight. We are not here to become trapped in the past. We are not here to fuel a sense of loss. We are here to change our perspective. These memories, these beautiful exhibits of your former self, are not ghosts of what you've lost. They are the foundations of who you are. Every single step you ever ran, every object you ever lifted, every effortless motion you ever made contributed to the person you are right now, resting in this bed. That strength did not simply vanish. It has been transformed. Think of a great old tree in a forest. It may no longer grow taller with the speed of a young sapling. Its focus is no longer on reaching for the sky. Instead, its strength has gone inward and downward. It has developed deep, unshakable roots. Its trunk has grown thick and resilient, covered in the textured bark of experience. It has weathered countless storms, and its very presence provides shelter and wisdom to the forest around it. The strength has not disappeared. It has metamorphosed into a different form. It has become resilience. It has become presence. It has become wisdom. Your past capabilities were the seasons of rapid growth. They were necessary. They were beautiful. And they have brought you to this season, a season of deep roots, of quiet, enduring strength. So, as we prepare to leave this quiet museum for now, take one last look around. See all those versions of you, not with longing, but with the profound gratitude you might feel for a cherished ancestor. They are your lineage. They live within you. The body you are in tonight is the very same body that accomplished all of those things. It holds the cellular memory of every triumph, every effort. It is not a broken version of what it once was. It is the current chapter in an epic story. The journey it has taken has earned it your deepest respect and your most gentle care. So as you bring your awareness back to the feeling of the blankets on your skin, back to the gentle rhythm of your breathing, bring a little of that reverence with you. Let the honoring of your past become the foundation for peace in your present. Your body is not just a body. It is a living museum, a sacred ground, holding the entire, incredible story of you. And it deserves to rest in peace. Now, as we settle deeper into this state of rest, let's bring our awareness away from the grand halls of memory and into the smaller, more immediate moments of life. Let's look with gentle, curious eyes at the tiny instances that can sometimes feel like the greatest challenges. These are the moments that can ignite a sudden, sharp flare of frustration, a pang of sadness that takes you by surprise. Let's call them the thresholds. They are not endings. They are not failures. They are simply doorways into a new way of being if we can learn to see them as such. Imagine, for a moment, a simple jar of pickles, or jam, or pasta sauce sitting on the kitchen counter. You are hungry, or perhaps preparing a meal for someone you love. You reach for the jar, your hand wrapping around the cold glass, your other hand gripping the metal lid. You give it a firm twist. Nothing. You adjust your grip, putting more of your shoulder into it, using the strength you have always known to be there. The lid remains stubbornly, defiantly sealed, and in that instant, a whole world of feeling can rush in. It's not about the jar anymore, is it? It becomes a symbol. It becomes a small, metallic testament to a change you did not ask for. The frustration is hot and immediate. It can feel like a personal insult from an inanimate object. A voice in your head might whisper, "I used to be able to do this. This was never a problem." And with that thought comes a shadow of grief for the ease that is no longer there. This moment, this threshold of the unopened jar, is a powerful teacher. It presents a choice. The old path is to continue twisting, to fight against the reality of the moment, to let the frustration build into anger or descend into a feeling of uselessness. It's a path of resistance, and resistance is exhausting. It drains the precious energy we need for healing, for peace, for joy. But there is another path, a newer path. It is the path of the pause. In this moment, instead of a third or fourth forceful twist, what if you simply stopped? What if you took a single conscious breath? Inhale, exhale. And in that small space you've created, you can look at the jar not as an enemy, but simply as a fact. The lid is tight. Your grip is not what it once was. These are neutral statements. They are not judgments on your worth. They are simply observations. From this place of calm observation, new possibilities emerge. Perhaps there is a tool that can help. Perhaps there is another person in the house you can ask. Perhaps you decide to have something else to eat entirely. The moment transforms from a battle you are losing into a simple problem with a multitude of creative solutions. The unopened jar ceases to be a symbol of your limitations and instead becomes a threshold, an invitation to think differently, to act differently, to rely on ingenuity instead of raw force. It is the beginning of a new kind of strength. Let's consider another threshold, the high shelf. There is an object you need, a book, a specific mug, a box of something stored away. It sits just out of reach. You can see it clearly. You know exactly what you want. But stretching for it brings a sharp twinge, or simply reveals that the last few inches of reach are no longer available to you. Again, that familiar flare of frustration can rise. It's the feeling of being thwarted by your own physical space, by your own body. The desire is there. The will is there, but the execution is blocked. It can feel like being a prisoner in your own home. The high shelf, like the jar, becomes a monument to what you can no longer do with ease. It looms over you, a constant quiet reminder. But again, we have a choice at this threshold. We can stand there, staring at the object of our desire, feeding the feeling of frustration and loss. We can try to climb on something, perhaps risking a fall, all in an effort to prove that we can still do it, to fight against the body's new reality. Or we can take that same conscious breath. We can pause. We can look at the high shelf, not as a barrier, but as a simple fact of geometry. The shelf is there. The object is there. I am here. From this neutral space, the mind can soften and open. Is there a stepping stool nearby? A pair of tongs? Is asking for help an option? The moment shifts. It is no longer about a personal failure to reach. It becomes a puzzle. And solving a puzzle requires creativity, patience, and strategy, qualities that often grow stronger even as physical strength wanes. By choosing not to fight, by choosing to pause and think, you are exercising a different, more evolved muscle. You are transforming a moment of limitation into a moment of resourcefulness. You are crossing the threshold from "I can't" to "How can I?" And what about the threshold of the car keys at dusk? The light is fading. Your vision isn't as sharp as it once was. You've dropped the keys, and they've fallen somewhere on the dark pavement or into the grass beside the path. The simple act of retrieving them becomes a complex task. Bending down might be painful or make you dizzy. Seeing them in the low light is difficult. A moment that should have taken 2 seconds stretches into a minute, then 2. Panic, even a small, quiet version of it, can begin to set in. The feeling of vulnerability is immense. The world, which felt manageable just a moment before, suddenly feels filled with small, hidden obstacles. The dropped keys are no longer just keys. They are evidence of your vulnerability, a symbol of your dependence on conditions being just right. They represent the loss of a certain kind of confidence in navigating the world. But this, too, is a threshold. It is a doorway. The path of resistance is to curse the failing light, to curse your stiff joints, to curse your own clumsiness. It is to let the small panic grow, to feel a sense of despair closing in. But the other path, the path of gentle acceptance, is available here as well. It begins, as always, with the pause. A breath, a moment to let the initial wave of panic wash over you and recede, to feel your feet on the ground, to acknowledge the reality. It is dark. The keys are on the ground. Bending is difficult. These are just the parameters of the current situation. With that acceptance, the mind can clear. Maybe you have a phone with a flashlight. Maybe you can go back inside and get one. Maybe you can make a mental note of their location and ask for help when someone arrives. The problem shifts from "I am failing" to what is the wisest next step. You are no longer a victim of the circumstance. You are its calm, thoughtful manager. You are crossing the threshold from vulnerability into a state of mindful self-care and strategic thinking. Each of these thresholds, the jar, the shelf, the keys, is a microcosm of the larger journey. They are small, everyday crucibles where we are tested. But the test is not of our physical strength. The test is of our adaptability, our patience, our capacity for self-compassion. They are invitations, repeated throughout the day, to let go of the way things used to be and to embrace, with creativity and grace, the way things are now. Each time you choose the pause over the push, acceptance over resistance, you are rewiring your brain. You are building a new kind of resilience. You are teaching yourself, on a deep cellular level, that your worth is not tied to your ability to open a jar or reach a high shelf. Your worth is inherent. It lies in your consciousness, your creativity, your ability to meet the world as it is with a calm and open heart. And that is a strength no change can ever take away. In our journey towards peace, there is a territory we must pass through that is often avoided. It is a land of volatile weather, of thunder and lightning. It is the landscape of anger. For there is a sacred rage that can rise up in the body, a righteous and powerful storm of frustration directed at the very vessel that carries us through the world. Tonight, we are going to give that feeling full permission to exist. We will not label it as negative or ungrateful. We will not try to spiritualize it away or cover it with a thin blanket of forced positivity. To deny this anger is to deny a fundamental part of the human experience of change and loss. It is a raw, honest energy, and it deserves to be met with understanding, not with suppression. So let yourself, just for a moment, in the safety of this quiet space, acknowledge the anger that might be there. It might be a simmering coal, a low-grade frustration that hums beneath the surface of your days. Or it might be a sudden flash fire that ignites over something as small as a misplaced object or a button you can't quite fasten. It is the anger of betrayal. The feeling that this body, your oldest and most intimate companion, has somehow turned against you. It has broken an unspoken promise to be reliable, to be strong, to simply work. This feeling is not wrong. It is a form of grief. Think about it. You have spent a lifetime building a relationship with your body, learning its language, its capabilities, its limits, and then, slowly or suddenly, the language changes. The rules are rewritten without your consent. The body begins to say no, where it once said yes. It says, "Be careful," where it once said, "Go ahead." It is entirely natural to feel rage at this rewriting. It is like having a trusted partner change the locks on a door you've always had a key for. The anger you feel is a testament to the love and trust that was there before. It is the sound of your heart breaking a little for the easy partnership you once had. To feel this anger is not a spiritual failing. It is a sign that you are a living, feeling human being, navigating a profound transition. To pretend you don't feel it is to build a dam against a powerful river, and we know what happens with dams. Eventually, the pressure becomes too great, and the break is far more chaotic and damaging than if the river had been allowed to flow. So let us use the metaphor of a storm. When a thunderstorm gathers on the horizon, we do not try to stop it. We do not stand outside and yell at the clouds to go away. We understand it is a natural, necessary process of the atmosphere releasing built-up energy. We find shelter, we watch from a safe place, and we allow it to pass. We can learn to do the same with our inner storms of anger. We can learn to be the calm, sheltered observer of our own emotional weather. So right now, let's practice this. Bring to mind a recent moment of frustration with your body. Don't dive into it so deeply that you are overwhelmed. Just hold it gently in your awareness. See the lightning of your anger. That sharp, hot flash of, "I can't believe this," or "This isn't fair." See it for what it is, a spectacular release of energy. You don't have to become the lightning. You don't have to let it strike out and burn you or anyone else. You can simply witness its power from the safety of your observer self. Then listen for the thunder. This is the rumbling aftermath of the anger. It is the sound of grief, of sadness, of the deep, resonant ache of loss. The thunder might say, "I miss my old self," or "I'm afraid of what's next." The thunder is the heart of the storm. It is the pain that the anger is often trying to protect. Listen to its sound. Acknowledge its deep, mournful vibration. You don't need to be swept away by the sound. You are the deep, still earth that feels the vibration, but is not broken by it. You are the quiet house that hears the thunder, but remains standing, offering shelter. Let's try a simple breathing practice to hold space for this storm, to allow it to be felt and then released. As you continue to breathe in and out, let's add a silent intention to each breath. As you inhale, I want you to gently and silently say to yourself, "I am allowed to feel this." Breathe in the full permission to be angry, to be sad, to be frustrated. Don't judge the feeling. Just make room for it. Inhale. I am allowed to feel this. And then, on the exhale, I want you to silently say, "I am not this feeling." This is the crucial distinction. You are the vast, open sky in which the storm is happening. You are not the storm itself. The storm is a temporary weather pattern passing through the unchanging vastness of your awareness. So breathe in, I am allowed to feel this. And breathe out, I am not this feeling. Do this for a few rounds of breath, inhaling permission, exhaling identification. You are creating a beautiful, compassionate space within yourself. A space where it is safe to feel angry without letting that anger define you. A space where it is safe to feel grief without being drowned by it. There is a profound alchemy in this practice. When we suppress an emotion like anger, it doesn't go away. It goes into the basement of our being and starts lifting weights. It gets stronger, more dense, and it often expresses itself sideways, in chronic tension in the neck and shoulders, in irritability with loved ones, in a pervasive sense of bitterness. By inviting it into the light, by observing it without judgment, we are doing something miraculous. We are allowing its energy to be metabolized. The storm, having been seen and honored, begins to lose its intensity. The lightning flashes become less frequent. The thunder rolls off into the distance. The rain, which is often the tears behind the anger, can fall and water the dry ground of our hearts, bringing a sense of cleansing and relief. The anger, once it is allowed to flow, naturally transforms. It moves through you rather than getting stuck in you. So if you feel that rage, that sacred rage, rising up in you tomorrow as you face a threshold moment, see if you can remember this. Remember the storm. Remember that you are not the lightning, but the witness to its flash. You are not the thunder, but the quiet space that hears its rumble. You have permission to feel it all. The anger is not your enemy. It is a messenger. It is a fiercely protective part of you that is trying to signal a deep hurt, a profound loss. It is a signpost pointing directly to the place that needs your gentlest compassion, your most tender care. By learning to sit with the storm, you are learning to tend to the deepest wounds of this transformation. You are becoming your own safest harbor. You are learning that your peace is not found in the absence of storms, but in your ability to remain anchored and calm while they pass. And they always pass. The sky, your true nature, always remains clear, open, and at peace. Beneath the storm of anger, after the thunder has rumbled into the distance, a different kind of weather often settles in. It is a quiet, heavy fog. This is the feeling of uselessness. It is a deep-seated fear, a chilling whisper that says, if I cannot do, then what am I for? It's the fear of becoming a burden, of losing your place and your purpose in the world and in the lives of those you love. This feeling, more than any physical pain, can be the heaviest weight to carry. It's a feeling that can isolate you, that can make you feel invisible, even in a room full of people. Tonight, we will address this feeling directly, not with argument or force, but with a gentle and compassionate visualization. We will learn to unfasten the heavy cloak of this belief and lay it aside, at least for the night, so that you can rest in the truth of your own inherent worth. So, find your breath once more, that steady, faithful anchor. And as you breathe, I want you to imagine that this feeling of uselessness, this fear of being a burden, has a physical form. Imagine it as a heavy cloak draped over your shoulders. Perhaps it's made of a coarse, dark wool or a cold, heavy chainmail. Feel its weight. Notice how it pulls your shoulders down, how it curves your spine, how it makes it just a little harder to take a full, deep breath. This cloak has been woven over many years, thread by thread. Each thread is a thought. I should be able to do this on my own. I hate asking for help. I'm just in the way. What good am I anymore? These threads have been woven together so tightly that the cloak feels like a part of you, like your own skin. We carry this cloak with us everywhere. We wear it to meals. We wear it when we watch television. And we even bring it to bed with us. It is exhausting. The sheer effort of carrying this weight is a constant drain on your energy, far more draining than any physical limitation. But here is a truth that I want you to consider, to let it sink in, not just to your mind, but into your bones. This cloak is not you. It was never you. It is something you have been carrying, but it is not your essential nature. And because you are the one carrying it, you also have the power to set it down. You do not need anyone else's permission. The choice is entirely yours. So, in the quiet of your own imagination, let's begin the process of unfastening it. Bring your awareness to the front of the cloak, near your throat. There is a clasp holding it together. It might be an old, rusty buckle or a series of tight knots. This clasp is the core belief that your worth is directly tied to your productivity, to your ability to do things. It's a belief that our society teaches us from a very young age. We are praised for our achievements, for our independence, for our strength. And so, we learn to equate our value with these external measures. But it is a flawed equation. It was always flawed. Look closely at this clasp. See it for what it is, an old inherited idea. It is not an ultimate truth. It is just a thought form, a habit of the mind. Now, with a conscious, deliberate intention, imagine your hands, wise and gentle, reaching up to this clasp. You are not going to fight with it or try to break it. That would only tighten the knots. Instead, you are going to approach it with curiosity and compassion. Your fingers trace the shape of the buckle. You feel the texture of the knots, and you begin to work on them, slowly, patiently. With each gentle breath out, imagine one of the knots loosening just a little. With each exhalation, feel the buckle giving way, just a fraction. You are not in a hurry. You have all the time in the world. As you work on this clasp, you are silently affirming a new truth to yourself, a deeper truth. My worth is not in what I do. My worth is in who I am. Let that phrase be the mantra that accompanies your gentle work. My worth is not in what I do. My worth is in who I am. Feel the old, tight belief beginning to dissolve under the warmth of this new understanding. Your presence is your purpose. Your love is your contribution. The wisdom you hold in your heart is a treasure beyond measure. Your ability to listen, to witness, to simply be a calm and loving presence in the world. These are gifts of immense value. Gifts that are not diminished by physical change, but are often, in fact, enhanced by it. And now, feel the clasp give way. The knots fall apart. The buckle releases with a soft click. The cloak is no longer held tightly around you. It is resting on your shoulders, but it is unfastened. The next step is to let it slide off. Feel the heavy fabric begin to slip down your arms. As it moves, notice the sensation of lightness that begins to spread across your shoulders and your upper back. A feeling of release. The air on your skin feels new and fresh. You can take a deeper breath now, can't you? Your lungs can expand more fully. The weight that was compressing you is gone. Watch as the cloak slides all the way down and pools on the floor beside your bed. It lies there in a dark heap. Look at it. See it as separate from you. It is just a pile of old beliefs, of conditioned thoughts. It looks so much smaller and less powerful now that it is on the floor and not on your shoulders. It has no power on its own. It only had the power that you gave it by agreeing to carry it. Now, in this newfound lightness, let's explore the truth of your being. What is left when the cloak of uselessness is removed? What remains is your essence, your consciousness, the warm, steady presence that is reading these words. Think about the people you love. Do you love them because of how many jars they can open or how many things they can carry? Or do you love them for their kindness, their humor, their unique way of seeing the world? Do you love them for the feeling you get just by being in the same room with them? Your worth, like theirs, has never, ever been about your physical abilities. It has always been about your heart. It has always been about the love you are capable of giving and receiving. It has always been about the unique light that only you can shine in the world. This body, with all its changes and challenges, is simply the lamp that holds the light. The shape of the lamp may change. It may grow older, more weathered, more delicate, but the light within it, your essential self, remains as bright and as whole as it has ever been. The cloak of uselessness is a shade that someone else placed over your lamp long ago. Tonight, you have removed it. You are allowing your own light to shine, first for yourself, to warm yourself from the inside out. So as you prepare for sleep, rest in this lightness. Rest without the crushing weight of self-judgment. If the thought, "I am useless," tries to creep back in, just picture that dark cloak on the floor. You can see it for what it is, an old, worn-out garment that no longer fits. You can gently say, "No, thank you. I am not wearing that tonight." You can choose, in this moment and the next, to rest in the simple, profound, and unshakable truth of your own being. Your value is not negotiable. It does not decrease with age or physical limitation. It is a constant. It is your birthright. Rest in that knowledge. Let it be the softest pillow for your head, the warmest blanket for your heart. You are enough, exactly as you are. Right now, in this bed, in this moment, you are enough. Having laid aside the heavy cloak of uselessness, we find ourselves in a lighter, more open space. From here, we can begin to look at one of the most challenging aspects of physical change with new eyes. We can begin to explore the metamorphosis of asking for help. For so many of us, the act of asking is fraught with difficulty. It can feel like a declaration of defeat, a final surrender of our independence. We see it as a moment of weakness, a confirmation of the very fears we harbor about being a burden. The mind creates a story around it, a story of failure. But tonight, let us gently set that old story aside and pick up a new one. Let us reframe the act of asking not as a moment of defeat, but as an act of profound connection and courage. Let us see it not as a weakness, but as a bridge. Imagine the space between you and another person. When you are fiercely independent, determined to do everything for yourself, even when you are struggling, that space can feel vast and empty. You are on one side, and they are on the other. There is a chasm of unspoken need between you. You might be together in the same room, but you are emotionally miles apart, each isolated in your own world. The independent one is isolated in their struggle, and the other person is isolated in their desire to help, a desire that has been given no outlet. Now, imagine what happens when you decide to ask for help. Think of a specific, simple request. Could you please open this jar for me? Or, could you reach that book down from the shelf? In that moment, with those simple words, you begin to construct a bridge across that chasm. The vulnerability of your asking is the first plank laid down. It takes immense strength and self-awareness to admit a need. It is not weakness. It is the pinnacle of emotional honesty. You are saying, in essence, here is a place where I am limited. I trust you enough to show you. This is an act of incredible intimacy. When you voice your need, you give the other person the materials to build their side of the bridge. Their willingness to help, their act of service, becomes the planks they lay down to meet yours. And when the jar is open, when the book is placed in your hands, the bridge is complete. You have met in the middle. The chasm has disappeared. What exists now is not a dynamic of strong and weak, of capable and incapable. What exists is connection. What exists is a shared moment of humanity. Love, which is an active energy, has been given a channel through which to flow. By asking, you have created an opportunity for love to be expressed and received. Consider this from the other person's perspective. Most people who love you have a deep, innate desire to express that love. They want to help. They want to contribute to your well-being. When you insist on doing everything yourself, when you hide your struggles behind a mask of fierce independence, you are, in a very real way, denying them the opportunity to give the gift of their care. It is like someone is standing before you with a beautifully wrapped present, their arms outstretched, and you keep your own arms tightly crossed, saying, "No, thank you, I'm fine." It can be a lonely and frustrating position for someone who just wants to connect with you. When you finally allow yourself to ask, you are giving them that gift. You are allowing them to fulfill their desire to care for you. Your act of receiving is, in itself, an act of profound generosity. You are allowing them to feel capable, to feel needed, to feel the deep satisfaction that comes from making a positive difference in the life of someone they love. You are not a burden. You are an opportunity. You are the fertile ground in which they can plant the seeds of their own kindness and watch them grow. Let's meditate for a moment on the energy of this exchange. Think back to a time when you helped someone else. Perhaps you carried something for an elderly neighbor, or explained a difficult concept to a child, or simply listened to a friend who was in pain. Remember the feeling after that interaction. It wasn't a feeling of being drained or put upon, was it? More likely, it was a feeling of warmth, of expansion, of quiet satisfaction. It felt good to help. It connected you to that person and to your own best self. Now, understand that this is the very feeling you make possible for others when you allow them to help you. By swallowing your pride and speaking your need, you are literally creating the conditions for another person to feel good, to feel loving, to feel connected. It is a sacred exchange, a beautiful, reciprocal dance. The flow of energy is not one way, from the strong person to the weak one. The flow is circular. You receive the practical help you need. They receive the emotional and spiritual satisfaction of giving. Both of you receive the gift of a deepened connection. The whole is made stronger, warmer, and more resilient. So the fear of asking is based on a misunderstanding. It is based on the illusion that life is a solo performance, a competition in which needing help means you are losing. But life is not a competition. It is a collaboration. It is an interconnected web. We are all, in some way, dependent on one another. The farmer who grew the food you eat, the engineer who designed the device you are listening on, the countless people whose work makes your life possible every single day. True independence is a myth. Healthy interdependence is the reality of a thriving ecosystem, and it is the reality of a thriving human community. Your changing physical abilities are not a sign that you are being kicked out of the community. They are an invitation to participate in it in a new and deeper way. You are being asked to shift from a primary role of giver to a more balanced role of giver and receiver. This is not a demotion. It is a promotion into a more complete form of humanity. It requires more humility, more trust, and more grace than the old role ever did. It requires you to be strong enough to be vulnerable and wise enough to see that true strength lies in connection, not in isolation. So, the next time you are standing before that unopened jar or looking up at that high shelf, see if you can remember this. See the moment not as a test of your personal strength, but as an opportunity for connection. Take a breath, and instead of steeling yourself for a struggle, soften your heart and formulate the words. Would you mind giving me a hand with this? See those words not as an admission of defeat, but as the beginning of a bridge, and watch what happens. Watch how the simple act of asking can transform a moment of solitary frustration into a moment of shared grace. Watch how it can dissolve the walls of isolation and build the warm, sturdy foundations of love. This is the beautiful, unexpected metamorphosis of asking. It is the alchemy that turns the lead of limitation into the gold of connection. Having crossed the bridge of asking for help, we arrive in a new land where the very definition of strength begins to change. For most of our lives, we are taught to associate strength with force, with power over our circumstances, with the ability to push through obstacles. It is the strength of the hammer that shatters the rock. It is the strength of the young oak, rigid and unbending, standing straight against the sky. But as life unfolds, as the body changes, this definition of strength can become a source of suffering. When we can no longer shatter the rock, we feel weak. When we can no longer stand perfectly rigid, we feel broken. Tonight, let us explore a different kind of strength, a more resilient, more enduring, and ultimately, a more profound power. This is the strength found in surrender. It is the strength not of the hammer, but of the water that flows around the rock, patiently wearing it smooth over millennia. It is the strength not of the rigid young oak, but of the ancient, deep-rooted willow tree that bends in the wind, allowing the storm's energy to pass through it without breaking. The word surrender can be unsettling. We often mistake it for giving up, for defeat, for waving a white flag. But in a spiritual and meditative context, surrender means something entirely different. It does not mean giving up on life. It means giving up the exhausting, unwinnable war against reality. It is the conscious and courageous choice to stop fighting what is. It is the wisdom to recognize that some forces, like the changing of the seasons or the aging of the body, are far greater than our individual will. To fight them is to drain our life force for no reason. To surrender to them, to flow with them, is to conserve our energy and to find a new and powerful grace in our movement. Imagine you are in a small boat on a powerful river. The definition of strength as force would tell you to paddle as hard as you can upstream, to fight the current, to try to impose your will on the river. You might make a little progress for a while, but you would be utterly exhausted, your muscles screaming in protest, your mind filled with the stress and strain of the constant battle. Eventually, the river, which is infinitely more powerful than you are, will win. You will be tired, defeated, and far from where you wanted to go. Now, imagine what surrender looks like in this boat. It does not mean dropping the paddle and letting the boat crash into the rocks. That is resignation, which is a form of giving up. Surrender is an active, intelligent process. It means keeping your paddle in the water, but instead of fighting the current, you use it to steer. You accept the direction the river is flowing. You stop wasting your energy on the impossible task of reversing it. Instead, you use all of your skill, all of your wisdom, all of your remaining strength to navigate the river as it is. You use the paddle to guide your boat around the sharp rocks, to find the safest and smoothest channels, to appreciate the scenery on the riverbanks that you were too busy to notice when you were fighting. This is the strength of surrender. It is the transformation of strength from doing to being, from control to graceful acceptance. You are no longer at war with the river. You are in a dance with it. And in that dance, you find a power and a peace that were unimaginable when you were caught in the struggle. This is the great metamorphosis of strength that life invites us into. The immense courage it takes to adapt and flow with life's changes is a far greater strength than the brute force required to resist them. Resisting is easy in a way. It's a simple, reactive reflex. But to surrender, to pause and assess the current, to choose to work with reality rather than against it, that requires wisdom, patience, and profound inner fortitude. Think of the deep-rooted tree. When a gale force wind blows, the young, rigid trees are the most likely to snap. Their strength is in their resistance, and when the force becomes too great, their resistance fails and they break. But the older, wiser tree, the willow, the ancient pine, has learned the art of surrender. It allows its branches to bend, to sway, to dance with the wind. Its flexibility is its strength. The wind's energy flows through it and around it, rather than meeting a solid, immovable object. Its roots, deep in the earth, hold it firm, but its upper body is fluid, adaptable. It survives the storm not by being stronger than the wind, but by being wiser. It has learned that there is a strength in yielding, a power in non-resistance. We can cultivate this same strength within ourselves. When a wave of pain or physical limitation arises, our first instinct is often to tense up, to resist it, to fight it. We brace ourselves against the sensation, creating a wall of resistance. I don't want this, our mind screams. But what if, like the willow tree, we could practice yielding to it? What if we could meet the sensation with a kind of softness, a breath-filled acceptance? This doesn't mean we approve of the pain or want it to be there. It simply means we stop the secondary layer of struggle against it. We let the energy of the sensation flow through us, without the added tension of resistance. So often, it is our resistance to pain that causes the majority of our suffering. The pain itself is a clean, pure sensation. The resistance adds a layer of mental and emotional anguish. The story of, "This is terrible, I can't stand this, why me?" Surrendering is the practice of letting go of that story and simply being with the raw sensation, allowing it to be what it is, without fighting. This is an act of immense courage. This transformation of strength also applies to our plans and expectations. We may have had a plan for the day, a list of things we wanted to accomplish. But the body says, no, not today. The old definition of strength would tell us to push through, to ignore the body's signals, to force ourselves to meet our goals. The strength of surrender, however, invites us to listen, to honor the body's wisdom, to gracefully adapt our plans. It is the wisdom to know that resting is not laziness. It is a vital part of a sustainable life. It is the strength to let go of our own agenda and align ourselves with the deeper, quieter rhythm of our own physical reality. This isn't weakness. This is the highest form of self-care and intelligence. It is choosing the long-term health of the system over the short-term gratification of a completed to-do list. It is, once again, choosing to steer the boat with the current rather than trying to paddle against it. So, as you lie here, feel the strength in your own surrender to gravity. You are not holding yourself up. You are allowing the bed, the foundation of your home, the very earth itself, to hold you completely. This is a perfect, effortless act of surrender. You trust that you will be supported, and so you release your muscles from the work of holding. This is the feeling we are seeking to cultivate in our waking lives. A deep, abiding trust that if we stop fighting, if we allow ourselves to be supported by the reality of the moment, we will not collapse. Instead, we will find ourselves held by a strength far greater than our own. The strength of a life that knows how to bend in the wind, how to flow with the river, and how to find its deepest power, not in resistance, but in a wise, courageous, and graceful surrender. Having explored the resilient strength of surrender, let us now bring our awareness back, in the most gentle and loving way, to the body itself. For so long, perhaps, our attention towards our body has been focused on its deficits. We notice the ache, the stiffness, the tremor, the weakness. Our focus zooms in on the parts that don't work as they used to, on the limitations, on the frustrations. This is a natural human tendency, like noticing the one squeaky wheel on a cart and forgetting about the other three that are rolling along silently and perfectly. Tonight, we are going to consciously, intentionally shift our focus. We are going to embark on a gentle, loving scan of the body, not to diagnose or to judge, but simply to honor and appreciate the profound, unending miracle of the life that continues within it. This is a practice of honoring the body of today, just as it is in this very moment. We will focus not on its limitations, but on its continued wonders. So, as you rest, bring your awareness to the very center of your chest. Behind the sternum, nestled between your lungs, is your heart. Feel into that space. You may not feel the physical beat in a dramatic way, but you can know with certainty that it is there. This heart, this incredible, faithful muscle, it has been beating for you without a single conscious command from you since before you were even born. Thump, 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 thump. A steady, reliable rhythm. It is beat through every joy, every sorrow, every triumph, every challenge of your life. It beat faster when you were excited or afraid, and it slowed when you felt safe and calm. It has never once taken a vacation. It has never once asked for a day off. Right now, in this moment, it is pumping life-giving blood to every single cell in your body, from the tips of your toes to the roots of your hair, delivering oxygen and nutrients and carrying away waste. It is a miracle of biological engineering, a masterpiece of endurance, and it is yours. Can we, just for a moment, send a wave of pure, simple gratitude to this heart? not asking it to be stronger, not worrying about its future, but just a quiet, heartfelt thank you. Thank you for your unwavering, lifelong service. Now, let your awareness expand from your heart to include your lungs, flanking it on either side. Become aware of the breath you are breathing, the gentle rise and fall of your chest. These lungs, these amazing, spongy organs, are in a constant, delicate dance with the entire planet. With every inhalation, you are drawing in the air of the world, an invisible river of oxygen that has been breathed out by the trees and the plankton in the sea. You are literally breathing in the life of the forest, the life of the ocean. And with every exhalation, you are releasing carbon dioxide, which is the very breath that the trees and plants are waiting for. You are in a perfect, reciprocal relationship with all of living creation just by breathing. Your lungs perform this incredible act of alchemy, this exchange between your inner world and the outer world thousands of times a day without you ever having to think about it. They work while you sleep. They work while you worry. They just keep breathing. Let's offer a moment of gratitude for these lungs. Thank you for connecting me to the world. Thank you for the gift of every single breath. Let's allow our awareness to drift now to our senses, the gateways through which the world comes to us. Even if some of them are not as sharp as they once were, they are still performing miracles every moment. Think of your eyes. Even with them closed, they hold the memory of every sunset you have ever seen, the faces of everyone you have ever loved. Right now, they can still perceive the difference between light and dark through your eyelids. They are still resting, repairing, preparing to show you the beauty of a new morning. Thank you, eyes, for all the beauty you have shown me. And your ears. In the quiet of this room, they are still working. They are picking up the subtle sounds of the house, the sound of my voice. They have brought you the sound of laughter, the sound of your favorite music, the comforting sound of a loved one's voice. They are intricate, delicate instruments of connection. Thank you, ears, for the world of sound you bring me, and your sense of touch. Feel the texture of the blankets against your skin, the coolness of the air on your face. Your skin is the largest organ of your body, a vast, intelligent network of receptors that allows you to feel the warmth of the sun, the comfort of a hug, the simple pleasure of a soft fabric. Thank you, skin, for my connection to the physical world. For every sensation, pleasant or unpleasant, is a reminder that I am alive. Now, let's send a wave of warmth and appreciation to the parts of our body that we so often criticize or feel frustrated with. Let's send this warmth to our hands. Even if they are stiff or the grip is not what it was, these hands hold the story of your life. They have held tools, written letters, cooked meals, wiped away tears, and held other hands. They are a living history of your love and your labor in this world. Let us honor them. Thank you, hands. Let's send that same warmth down to our legs and feet. They may be tired. They may ache. They may not carry you as far or as fast as they once did. But think of the journey they have taken you on. Think of the thousands upon thousands of steps they have taken, the ground they have covered. They have stood you up. They have carried you forward. They have rooted you to this beautiful earth. They are your foundation. Let us honor them. Thank you, legs and feet. This is not a denial of pain or limitation. The ache may still be there. The weakness may still be present. but we are choosing to hold that reality within a much larger context, a context of profound gratitude. It is possible to feel both pain and gratitude at the same time. The gratitude does not erase the pain, but it changes your relationship to it. It prevents the pain from becoming your entire story. You are placing the small story of limitation within the epic novel of the body's lifelong miracle. You are remembering that for every one thing that is difficult, there are 10,000 things that are still working perfectly, quietly, in the background. The kidneys are filtering. The liver is detoxifying. The immune system is standing guard. Your digestive system is processing nourishment. There is a silent, bustling metropolis of cellular activity happening within you right now, a symphony of cooperation aimed at one thing and one thing only, keeping you alive. So, as you settle into a deeper state of relaxation, let this feeling of gentle, warm appreciation fill your entire body. Imagine it as a soft, golden light, starting from your heart and slowly expanding outwards, filling every limb, every organ, every single cell. Let this light be a wordless thank you, a message of peace and honor sent to every part of yourself. You are not a broken machine. You are a living, breathing ecosystem, filled with an ancient, tireless wisdom. And tonight, you are choosing to be its ally, not its critic. You are choosing to rest in awe of its continued resilience, its unfathomable complexity, and its unwavering dedication to the miracle of your life. In this state of loving appreciation, the body can truly rest. It can release the tension of being judged and measured. It can finally feel safe, seen, and honored just as it is. And in that safety, true healing and deep restorative sleep can begin. As we rest in this space of deep appreciation for the body, let us now turn our awareness to the gifts that only time can bestow. In a culture that worships youth and physical prowess, it is easy to see the passage of time as a process of pure loss. We lose speed, we lose strength, we lose a certain kind of physical resilience. But this is a profoundly incomplete picture. It is like looking at a magnificent tree in autumn and only seeing the falling leaves, completely missing the miracle of the sweet, ripe fruit that has just come into season. There are unique gifts that only come with the accumulation of years, with the weathering of experience. These are the treasures of the spirit, and they are often cultivated in the very soil of our physical limitations. Let's explore this inner garden, the garden of accumulated wisdom, and appreciate the rare and beautiful blossoms that are flowering there now. Imagine your life as a garden that you have been tending for many decades. In the spring and summer of your life, perhaps the garden was known for its spectacular, showy flowers. These are the blossoms of physical ability, of ambition, of outward achievement. They were beautiful, vibrant, and they drew a great deal of attention. There was a flurry of activity, planting, weeding, striving to produce the most impressive display. This was a necessary and wonderful season, full of color and growth. But as the seasons turn, the energy of the garden begins to shift. The focus on annual flowers, those that bloom brightly for a season and then are gone, begins to lessen. The garden's true, enduring strength is revealed to be in its perennials, in its deep-rooted shrubs and ancient trees. Physical abilities may be the summer flowers, but wisdom, patience, and grace are the perennial roots that grow stronger and deeper with each passing year. They don't always make for a flashy display, but they are the source of the garden's true resilience and enduring beauty. Let's look at one of the most powerful perennials in this garden: patience. When the body was young and capable, patience was often in short supply. We wanted everything now. We could power through tasks, run from one thing to the next, and force outcomes through sheer energy and will. But when the body slows, it forces us to slow down with it. We can no longer rush. We must wait for the pain to subside, wait for our energy to return, wait for help to arrive. At first, this feels like a prison. But over time, if we allow it, it becomes a powerful spiritual practice. We learn to inhabit the spaces in between. We learn to wait without agitation. We discover that there is a quiet beauty in the pause. We begin to notice things we never saw when we were rushing. The way the light changes in a room throughout the day, the intricate patterns on a leaf, the subtle shifts of emotion on a loved one's face. Our entire perception of time begins to change from a commodity to be spent to a medium to be inhabited. This is not a small thing. This is a profound shift in consciousness, a gift of immense value given to us by our limitations. Another magnificent tree in this garden is empathy. When we are young and strong, it can be difficult to truly understand the struggles of others. We can sympathize, of course, but it is an abstract concept. But when you have lived with your own physical challenges, with your own pain, with your own vulnerability, your heart begins to soften and open in a new way. Your own suffering becomes a bridge to the suffering of all beings. When you see someone else struggling to open a door or walk up a flight of stairs, you don't just see a stranger having a problem. You feel a resonance in your own bones. You understand, on a cellular level, their frustration, their effort, their quiet courage. Your capacity for compassion expands exponentially. You become a more tender, more understanding, more loving human being. You may not be able to physically help them, but your presence, now infused with this deep, earned empathy, is a healing balm in itself. You see people more clearly. You judge them less. This is a superpower, and it is a superpower that is almost impossible to acquire without having first navigated your own difficulties. Your body, in its changing nature, is not just a source of challenge. It is your greatest teacher in the art of being human. And then there is the mighty oak of perspective, the wisdom of knowing what truly matters. In the summer of our lives, we can spend so much energy on things that, in the grand scheme of things, are trivial. We worry about status, about appearances, about accumulating possessions, about winning arguments. Our egos are in the driver's seat. But living with physical limitations is a powerful clarifying process. It strips away the non-essential. When your energy is a finite and precious resource, you become extremely discerning about how you spend it. You no longer have the luxury of wasting it on petty grievances or meaningless pursuits. You learn to invest your energy where it yields the greatest return, in love, in connection, in moments of quiet joy, in appreciating the simple beauty of being alive. The unopened jar is frustrating, yes, but is it worth sacrificing your inner peace over? The high shelf is an obstacle, but does it compare to the joy of a heartfelt conversation with a friend? Your limitations become a divine filter, helping you to discard the insignificant and to focus with laser-like clarity on what is truly life-giving. You learn that your presence is more important than your productivity. You learn that a loving heart is a far greater asset than a strong body. This wisdom is not a consolation prize. It is the grand prize. It is the very thing that so many people spend their entire lives searching for, and it has been delivered to you, courtesy of the very changes you have been resisting. Reflect for a moment on the wisdom you now hold that you simply could not have possessed in your younger, more able body. Think of the patience you have cultivated, the empathy that has bloomed in your heart, the clarity of perspective you have gained. These are not small accomplishments. They are the hallmarks of a mature and beautiful soul. You have traded one kind of strength for another, a strength that is perhaps less visible, but infinitely more enduring. The world is full of strong, fast, capable bodies, but it is in desperately short supply of true wisdom, of deep compassion, of profound patience. Your role in the ecosystem of humanity has shifted. You are no longer primarily a doer. You are becoming a beer. Your gift to the world is now the quality of your presence, the depth of your understanding, the calm and loving energy that radiates from you. Do not underestimate the power of this gift. It is the shade of the ancient tree under which others can find rest. It is the deep root system that holds the very soil of your family and community together. The garden of your life has not withered. It has simply entered its most fruitful, most essential, and most beautiful season. Having walked through the garden of wisdom, appreciating the fruits that only time can grow, let us now journey even deeper. We will travel past the body, past the emotions, past the memories, to a place at the very core of your being. This is a place that is utterly untouched by physical change. It is a sanctuary within you that is whole, complete, and eternally at peace. This is your unchanging inner light, your pure consciousness, the silent, aware presence that has been with you since your very first breath and will be with you at your very last. The body is like a house you live in. Over the years, the house naturally ages. The paint may peel, the foundation may settle, the plumbing might not work as well as it used to. It requires more maintenance, more care. We can get so focused on the condition of the house that we make a fundamental mistake. We forget that we are not the house. We are the resident living inside the house. The resident, your awareness, your spirit, your essence is not aging. It is not decaying. It is not breaking down. The resident is simply witnessing the changes in the house with a calm, steady gaze. The body experiences limitations, but the consciousness that is aware of those limitations is, itself, limitless. The body feels pain, but the awareness that knows this is pain is not itself in pain. It is the clear, open space in which the sensation of pain is allowed to happen. This distinction is the key to profound and unshakable peace. Let's explore this with a visualization. As you lie here, breathing gently, bring your awareness to the center of your chest, to the area of your heart. But this time, we are not looking for the physical heart muscle. We are looking for a source of light. Imagine, deep within your chest, a small, steady flame. It might be the size of a candle flame or a soft, glowing ember. This is a visualization, so there is no right or wrong way to see it. Just allow an image of a warm, gentle light to form in your mind's eye, located in your core. This light represents your essential self, your unchanging consciousness. This is the part of you that was present when you were a small child, looking at the world with wonder. It was there when you were a teenager, full of turbulent emotions. It was there in your strong, capable adulthood. And it is here now, shining with the very same steady, gentle radiance. It has not dimmed. It has not been damaged. It has simply witnessed the entire journey. Take a moment to simply be with this light. Notice its qualities. It is warm, but not hot. It is bright, but not glaring. It is profoundly peaceful. It asks nothing of you. It does not need to be fixed or improved. It is already whole and complete. This light is the source of your love, your compassion, your wisdom. It is the part of you that connects to the beauty of a sunset, to the meaning in a piece of music, to the love in another's eyes. It is the silent knower, the still point in the turning world of your life. Now, as you continue to breathe, imagine that with every inhalation, you are drawing energy directly into this light, making it just a little brighter, a little warmer. And with every exhalation, imagine this light expanding, its gentle radiance spreading outwards from the center of your chest. Imagine this warm, golden light spreading down into your belly, softening any tension held there. Feel it flowing up into your throat, releasing any unspoken words or unheard grief. Let it fill your entire torso, a beautiful, warm glow of pure being. This light is the truth of who you are. The body, with its aches and pains, is simply the temporary vessel holding this eternal light. Continue to let this light expand. Feel it flowing down your arms, all the way to your fingertips. Imagine this warm, healing energy soothing any aches in your shoulders, your elbows, your hands. This light is pure acceptance. It flows into these parts of your body, not to fix them, but to love them, to honor them for the journey they have been on. It does not judge the stiffness in your fingers or the weakness in your grip. It simply surrounds them with an unconditional, loving presence. Now, let the light flow downwards, through your hips and down your legs. Feel its warmth spreading through your thighs, your knees, your calves, all the way to the soles of your feet and the tips of your toes. Let this light be a balm for any pain, any weariness you feel in your legs. It is a reminder that even when these legs cannot carry you as they once did, they are still infused with the sacred light of life itself. They are still part of this miraculous whole. Finally, allow this light to flow upwards from your chest, up through your neck and into your head. Feel it filling your entire skull, a gentle, luminous presence behind your eyes, in your mind. Let it soothe the part of your brain that worries, that plans, that criticizes. Imagine this light dissolving the frantic thoughts, the old stories, the anxieties about the future. What is left is a quiet, spacious, peaceful awareness. You are now resting as a complete being of light, held gently within the physical form of your body. From this place, from this inner sanctuary of light, you can look upon your physical limitations with a new perspective. They are like clouds passing through the vast, open sky of your being. The sky does not fight the clouds. It does not get angry at them for being dark or heavy. It simply allows them to be there, knowing that they are temporary and that its own nature, clear, bright, and boundless, is unchanged by their passing. Your pain is a cloud. Your frustration is a cloud. Your grief is a cloud. Your unchanging inner light is the sky. You can learn to rest as the sky, rather than identifying with the clouds. This doesn't mean the clouds disappear, but it means they no longer define your entire reality. You have access to a deeper peace that exists right alongside the challenges. This inner sanctuary is always accessible to you. At any moment of any day, When you feel overwhelmed by your physical reality, you can close your eyes, take a single breath, and bring your awareness back to the steady, warm light in the center of your chest. It is always there. It is your true home. It is the place within you that is forever safe, forever whole, and forever at peace. As you drift towards sleep tonight, let your awareness rest in this light. Let it be the last thing you are conscious of. Imagine yourself curling up within this warm, gentle glow, like a child being held in the safest, most loving arms. This light is your own deepest nature. It is the part of you that requires no healing because it has never been wounded. It is the part of you that needs no strength because it is beyond all concepts of strength and weakness. It is simply, eternally, peacefully you. Let this be your refuge. The body can do its work of resting and repairing, and your mind can be at peace because you are resting in the unshakable truth of who you really are, a timeless, luminous being of light on a human journey in a temporary home. Resting in the awareness of your own inner light, we find the courage to address one of the most subtle and persistent habits of the mind, the habit of comparison. Specifically, the exhausting, endless comparison of your present self to your past self. This is a quiet, internal battle that can rage on unnoticed, draining your energy and stealing your peace. The mind, like a curator in a museum, constantly holds up a photograph of a younger, stronger, more capable you, and then looks at the you of today and whispers, "See? See what you've lost? You're not as good as you used to be." This internal comparison is a recipe for constant suffering. It guarantees that you will always find yourself lacking. Tonight, we are going to undertake a gentle but profound meditation to release this habit. We will create a space of compassion where the you of yesterday and the you of today can finally meet, not as rivals, but as cherished parts of a single, continuous, and beautiful life story. Every season of life has its own unique purpose and its own unique beauty, and tonight we will learn to honor them all. So, as you continue to rest, allow your imagination to become soft and pliable. Let's create a quiet, peaceful room in your mind. It could be a room you know, or one you invent. Make it comfortable. Perhaps there are 2 soft chairs and a window looking out onto a calm, twilight garden. The atmosphere in this room is one of absolute safety, acceptance, and unconditional love. Now, in your mind's eye, I want you to invite 2 figures into this room. The first is the you of today. This is you, right now, as you are. See this person taking a seat in one of the chairs. See them with honest and gentle eyes. See the lines on their face, each one a map of a life lived, of laughter and of tears. See the way they hold their body, perhaps with a certain care or weariness. See the wisdom and the experience that resides in their eyes. Look upon this person not with criticism, but with a deep and tender compassion, the way you would look at a dearly loved friend who has been through a great deal. Acknowledge their struggles, their frustrations, their courage. This person, the you of today, deserves your utmost respect and kindness. They are the one who is navigating the present moment with all the resources they have. They are a survivor. They are a sage. Now, I want you to invite the second figure into the room. This is the you of yesterday. Choose a specific age that your mind often returns to as a benchmark. Perhaps you at 30, or 40, or 50, an age when you felt at the peak of your physical strength and capability. See this person clearly. See the confidence in their posture, the easy way they move. See the ambition and the energy in their eyes. See the life they were living, the things they were doing, running, lifting, working, creating, with an effortless power that they likely took completely for granted. This person is vibrant, powerful, and beautiful. Look upon them, not with painful longing, but with appreciation. This person is not your enemy. They are not a ghost sent to haunt you. They are your ancestor. They are the one who laid the foundations of the life you have now. They did the hard work, made the choices, and had the experiences that created the wisdom you now possess. They too deserve your honor and your gratitude. Now, here they are, the two of you, sitting across from each other in this quiet, sacred room, the you of today and the you of yesterday. For so long, these two have been at war. The you of today has felt judged and diminished by the memory of the you of yesterday. And the you of yesterday, in your mind, has become an impossible standard, a golden idol that you can never live up to. This has created a deep schism within your own heart. But tonight, we will facilitate a peace treaty. Let's allow the you of today to speak first, silently, from the heart. What does this you want to say to your younger self? Perhaps something like this: I honor you. I am grateful for the strength you had, for the life you built. You worked so hard. You gave me the foundation of everything I am. But I need you to release me from the burden of your legacy. I cannot be you anymore. My life is different now. My challenges are different. My strengths are different. I need your blessing to live my own life, in my own way, in this new season. Feel the truth and the gentle power of these words. It is not a rejection. It is a loving declaration of independence. Now, let's allow the you of yesterday to respond. This younger self, if they could truly see the wisdom and grace you have now, would not be a source of judgment. They would be in awe. Imagine this younger you looking at your present self with a sense of wonder and respect. Imagine them saying, from their heart, I am so proud of you. I had no idea what was coming. I was strong, but you are resilient. I was powerful, but you are wise. I could run and lift, but you have learned to navigate things I couldn't even imagine, with a grace I did not possess. I built the house, but you have made it a home of true wisdom and peace. Please, do not feel you have to live up to my memory. You have surpassed me in all the ways that truly matter. Live your life now. Be free. Let this imaginary dialogue of compassion sink in. Feel the release that comes with it. The war is over. The comparison can finally cease. You are not two separate competing entities. You are one person on one continuous journey. You are the river that flows from its energetic, rushing source in the mountains down to the broad, deep, and peaceful delta where it finally meets the sea. Is the mountain stream better than the wide, slow-moving river? The question makes no sense. Both are essential, beautiful, and perfect expressions of the river's nature at different stages of its journey. Now, in your visualization, see the you of today and the you of yesterday standing up. See them walking towards each other, and then see them embrace. But as they embrace, a beautiful, magical thing happens. They do not remain separate. They merge. They flow into one another, becoming a single, luminous being. This integrated self contains the vibrant memories and foundational strength of the past and the profound wisdom and gentle grace of the present. All of your life is here in this one whole being. There is no separation. There is no conflict. There is only the complete, unbroken story of you. with every chapter honored, every season celebrated. Rest in this feeling of wholeness. The need to compare yourself to who you were before has dissolved. You are who you were, and you are who you are all at once. You are complete. Every experience, every joy, every sorrow, every strength, and every limitation has contributed to the magnificent, complex, and beautiful human being that you are in this very moment. There is nothing to regret. There is nothing to strive for. There is only this peaceful, whole, and complete self to be. As you drift off to sleep, let go of the ghosts of other selves. Let go of the photographs in the mental museum. You are not a static image. You are a living, breathing, evolving process. And every moment of that process is sacred. Affirm to yourself, with your last waking thoughts, I am whole. Every season of my life is beautiful. I release the past with love, and I embrace the present with peace. In this state of inner unity, deep rest comes easily. You are no longer fighting yourself. You are at home in yourself, in all of yourselves, finally and completely at peace. Having made peace with all the versions of yourself, we arrive at a place of deep, flowing acceptance. We are now ready to step into the river of what is. This is the final stage of our journey before we surrender completely to sleep. It is a drowsy, flowing visualization designed to release all remaining pockets of tension, all lingering resistance, and to invite your body and mind to join the gentle, accepting current that carries you towards rest. Imagine yourself not in your bed, but standing at the bank of a wide, slow-moving river. The sun has just set, and the sky is a soft, deep indigo. The air is perfectly still and comfortably warm. The only sound is the gentle, hypnotic shushing of the water as it glides past. This is not a raging, chaotic river. It is a river of profound peace, of absolute certainty. It knows exactly where it is going, towards the vast, quiet ocean of sleep. This river is the flow of this present moment. It is the river of what is. Look into the water. It is dark, but it reflects the first few stars beginning to appear in the twilight sky. It is calm and infinitely deep. There is no struggle in this river. It flows with an effortless, timeless grace. Now, look at the path of the river. You'll notice that there are rocks in its path. Some are small pebbles, and others are huge, ancient boulders. These rocks represent the challenges and limitations in your life, the pain, the stiffness, the unopened jars. But notice what the river does. Does the river stop? Does it get angry at the rocks? Does it try to smash them or leap over them in a great energetic burst? No. The river does none of these things. It does something far more intelligent, far more powerful. It simply yields. It flows around them. The water parts gracefully to embrace the obstacle, caressing its sides, and then rejoins itself on the other side, its flow completely unbroken. The river does not see the rocks as enemies or as failures. It sees them simply as part of the landscape, part of the journey. In fact, it is the very presence of the rocks that creates the river's beautiful, murmuring song. Without the obstacles, the river would be a silent, stagnant lake. The rocks give the river its voice, its character, its dynamic beauty. Tonight, you are invited to stop being the rock, hard, resistant, and fighting the flow. You are invited to become the water. You are invited to join this gentle, accepting river and let it carry you. So, in your imagination, take a small step forward. Feel your feet leaving the solid bank and stepping into the cool, soft water. It is not a shock. It is a welcoming embrace. Feel the water swirl gently around your ankles. Take another step and another, wading deeper into this river of peace. The water rises to your knees, then to your waist, and with every inch, you feel more of your weight being supported by the water. You feel the day's tension, the body's heaviness, beginning to dissolve, to be carried away by the gentle current. Now, with a feeling of complete trust, allow yourself to lean back. Let go. The river will hold you. Feel the moment of surrender as your body is fully embraced by the water. You are floating now, effortlessly. You are lying on your back, held in a perfect supportive cradle, looking up at the vast, starry sky. You are safe. You are held. You are part of the flow. There is nothing for you to do. The river is doing all the work. It is carrying you, gently and inexorably, towards the sea of deep rest. As you float, let your body become more and more like water. Let go of all the hard places, all the areas of resistance. Start with your jaw. Let it be slack and soft. Let your tongue rest gently in your mouth. Allow your shoulders, which have carried so much, to release their burden into the water that holds them. Feel the water element within your own body, the blood in your veins, the fluid in your cells, resonating with the river around you. You are not just in the river, you are of the river. There is no separation. Let your arms and hands be loose and fluid, drifting gently at your sides. Let your back, your hips, your legs all release their holding patterns. Imagine your muscles unknotting, becoming like soft strands of seaweed, flowing with the gentle currents. You are liquid peace. You are flowing acceptance. If a thought of worry or a sensation of pain arises, see it as a rock in the riverbed. Your awareness, which is now the water, does not fight it. It simply flows around it, embraces it with a soft, yielding presence, and continues on its journey, its peace, undisturbed. You are learning the deep wisdom of the water. Acceptance is not passive. It is the most active and powerful form of peace. Feel the gentle, rhythmic motion of the river as it carries you. It is a slow, rocking sensation, like being in the most perfect, gentle cradle. This rhythm is the rhythm of deep sleep itself. It is the rhythm of your own slow, peaceful breathing. With every breath in, you feel yourself becoming lighter, more buoyant. With every breath out, you release a little more, surrendering ever more deeply to the river's embrace. The banks of the river are slowly gliding by. You might see the soft, dark shapes of the willow trees, their branches dipping into the water, waving a gentle farewell to the day. You are leaving the land of doing and thinking behind. You are entering the vast, open water of being and resting. The stars above seem to be growing brighter as the sky darkens. They are like distant, benevolent eyes, watching over you on your journey. There is a profound sense of rightness in this moment. You are not fighting, not striving, not resisting. You are simply allowing yourself to be carried by a force that is wise, loving, and trustworthy. This is the ultimate surrender we have been moving towards all this time. It is the final letting go. The river's song is a lullaby. Shh, shh. It is the sound of release. It is the sound of peace. It is the sound of everything being exactly as it should be. The rocks are in their place. The water is in its flow. The stars are in the sky. And you are here, held and safe, on your journey to the sea. You do not need to know how you will get there. You do not need to see the final destination. You only need to trust the flow of this one present moment. And this moment is peaceful. This moment is safe. This moment is carrying you home. So just float. Let go of the last remnants of control. Let the river take you. There is no effort required. There is only the gentle, effortless, and beautiful act of letting be. Float. Drift. Flow. Surrender to the current that knows the way to perfect rest. As you continue to float upon this gentle river, held in its perfect, effortless embrace, let us bring our focus to the softest, most subtle rhythm of life. Let us bring our awareness to the breath. We are going to practice a simple, slow breathing exercise designed to be the final, gentle nudge that carries you over the threshold from waking consciousness into the peaceful realm of sleep. There is nothing to force, nothing to achieve. We are simply aligning the intention of the mind with the natural wisdom of the body. The body knows it needs to rest. The breath is the key that unlocks the door. We will infuse each breath with a specific quality, a silent message from your mind to your body, creating a harmony of purpose that makes letting go feel as natural and as easy as the river's flow. So, bring your awareness to the sensation of the air as it enters your nostrils. Don't change anything at first. Just notice it. Notice the slight coolness of the in-breath and the gentle warmth of the out-breath. This breath has been your constant companion for your entire life, a steady, faithful rhythm beneath every experience. Now, we will gently guide it, making it a little slower, a little deeper, a little more calming. Let us begin. Take a slow, gentle breath in through your nose. And as you do, I want you to silently, inwardly, say the words, breathing in peace. And as you breathe in, I want you to imagine that you are actually inhaling the very quality of peace itself. Imagine peace as a soft, cool, silvery blue light. See this beautiful, calming light entering your body with your breath, filling your lungs, and then spreading from your lungs into every single cell. It is a wave of tranquility washing through you. Hold the breath for just a moment, a brief, still pause at the top of the inhalation. And now, exhale slowly, gently, through your mouth or nose, whichever is more comfortable. And as you exhale, I want you to silently say to yourself, breathing out, striving. As you breathe out, imagine you are releasing all the tension of the day, all the need to try, to prove, to struggle. Imagine all the effort, all the frustration, all the shoulds and musts leaving your body as a murky, gray smoke, dissolving into the vast, dark air around you, carried away by the river's current. Let the exhale be a complete release, a full letting go. Let's continue this rhythm together. A slow, quiet breath in through the nose, breathing in peace. Visualize that cool, silvery blue light of pure serenity filling your entire being. Feel it soothing your nervous system, calming your mind, relaxing your muscles from the inside out. Your whole body becomes a vessel of tranquility. A gentle pause, then a long, slow breath out, breathing out, striving. Let go of everything. Release the need to be anything other than what you are in this moment. Release the need to control. Release the fight. Feel the muscles in your shoulders and neck softening. Feel your jaw unclench. Feel your forehead become smooth. Each exhale is a deeper surrender. Let's do it again. Inhale. Breathing in peace. Feel the peace saturate your every cell. It is the peace of the silent forest, the peace of the deep ocean, the peace of the starry night sky. This peace is your true nature. You are not creating it. You are simply returning to it. Exhale. Breathing out, striving. Let go of the need to understand everything. Let go of the need to fix everything. Let go of the person you think you're supposed to be, and just allow yourself to be the person you are right now. There is profound relief in this release. Let the breath become your focus, your entire world. It is the only thing that matters in this moment. The past is gone. The future has not yet arrived. There is only this breath, this moment, this gentle wave of peace coming in, and this soft wave of release going out. If your mind wanders, as it naturally will, just gently and without judgment, guide it back to the breath. The thought is just another rock in the river. Let your breath, the water, flow around it and continue on its way. Inhale peace, exhale striving. With each round of this breath, you are sending a powerful, consistent message to your body. You are telling it on a deep cellular level that it is safe to let go. It is safe to power down. The battle is over for today. The striving can cease. There is nothing more that needs to be done. The only task remaining is to rest, to restore, to allow the gentle healing processes of sleep to begin. Your conscious mind is giving its full, loving permission for the body's innate wisdom to take over. Notice how your body responds to this gentle rhythm. You may feel a pleasant heaviness in your limbs, a sign that your muscles are truly letting go. You may feel a warmth spreading through you, a sign that your circulation is slowing down, preparing for rest. You may feel your thoughts becoming more distant, more fragmented, like clouds drifting further and further away. These are all beautiful signs of the transition into sleep. Welcome them. Do not fight them. You are simply allowing nature to take its course. Breathing in the cool, clean air of profound peace. Breathing out the warm, heavy air of complete release. You are inhaling self-acceptance. You are exhaling the need to be any different. You are inhaling a deep trust in the process of life. You are exhaling all your fears about the future. You are inhaling a sense of wholeness. You are exhaling the feeling of being broken or limited. You are, with every breath, recalibrating your entire system to a state of equilibrium, of harmony, of deep, resonant peace. Continue this breathing on your own now for a few more moments. Don't worry about getting it perfect. Just let the intention be there. The intention of peace on the in-breath and the intention of release on the out-breath. Let the rhythm be whatever feels most natural and calming to you now. It may become shallower, softer, as you drift closer to sleep. That is perfectly fine. The breath knows what to do. Your only job is to get out of the way. To surrender your conscious control and allow the ancient, wise, and automatic rhythm of your body's own intelligence to guide you the rest of the way. You have done enough for today. You have faced your challenges. You have explored your inner world. You have found a new kind of strength, a deeper well of wisdom. Now, all that is left is the sweet, simple, and profound act of letting go. So breathe in peace and breathe out and let go completely. As the rhythm of your breath slows, becoming as soft and as subtle as the whisper of the river, our journey of words begins to quiet down as well. We are approaching the shores of sleep, and the time for active thought is drawing to a close. In this gentle, drowsy space, let us reinforce one final, crucial truth. A truth that you can carry with you into your dreams. It is the quiet, profound value of your presence. For a lifetime, you may have been conditioned to believe that your value, your contribution to the world, is measured in what you do. Your worth was in your actions, the meals you cooked, the work you accomplished, the problems you solved, the family you raised. And now, as your capacity for doing has changed, a quiet fear can arise that your value has diminished along with it. Tonight, let us gently and lovingly dismantle that old belief. Let us replace it with a deeper, more enduring truth. Your greatest contribution is not, and never was, what you do. Your greatest contribution is, and always has been, who you are. Your presence itself is your gift to the world. Think of the most ancient and revered things in nature. Think of a majestic, snow-capped mountain. Does the mountain worry about its productivity? Does it fret that it is not doing enough? No, it simply is. And in its silent, majestic being, it inspires awe. It provides a sense of perspective. It creates weather patterns. It shelters countless forms of life. Its value is in its presence. Think of the ocean. Does the ocean strive to be useful? No. It simply exists in its vast, rhythmic, mysterious power. And in its being, it regulates the climate of the entire planet, holds the cradle of all life, and calls to the deepest parts of the human soul. Its value is in its presence. You, in this season of your life, are being invited to discover your own mountain nature, your own ocean nature. You are moving from a life defined by the frantic energy of the stream to one defined by the deep, quiet power of the lake. Your value is no longer in the speed of your current, but in the depth and clarity of your water. Let's focus for a moment on the love you both give and receive. This is the true currency of a life well lived. The love you feel for your family, your friends, the world, has that diminished? No. In fact, as we have discovered, with the growth of empathy and perspective, it has likely grown deeper, wiser, and more unconditional. This love is a powerful, radiant energy. When you are sitting quietly in a room, the love in your heart is not idle. It is a presence. It is a force. It changes the quality of the very air around you. People feel it, even if they are not consciously aware of it. They feel calmer in your presence. They feel more accepted. They feel safer. Your quiet, loving presence is a sanctuary for others in a chaotic world. This is not a small contribution. It is a profound and sacred service. And think of the love you receive by allowing others to care for you. By receiving their help with grace, you are completing a sacred circle. You are allowing them to activate the best parts of themselves. Your presence in their lives gives them a reason to be kind, to be patient, to be loving. You are a catalyst for their goodness. Do not ever underestimate the power of being the one who is deeply and truly loved. It is a role of immense importance in the spiritual ecosystem of a family or a community. Consider the stories you hold. Your mind and body are a living library of experiences that no one else has had in quite the same way. You have seen the world change in ways that younger generations can only read about. You have weathered storms, celebrated joys, and navigated complexities that have woven a rich and unique tapestry of wisdom within you. Just by being, you are a keeper of this wisdom. A quiet conversation with you, a story you tell, a simple observation you make can be a priceless gift. It can offer a perspective that changes the course of someone else's day, or even their life. You do not have to be actively teaching for this to happen. It is simply a natural byproduct of your presence. You are a vessel of accumulated time, and that is an irreplaceable treasure in a world that is so often obsessed with the new and the now. So as you lie here, on the very edge of sleep, let go of any lingering sense of obligation to do. Your only obligation now is to be, and in that being, to rest. Let your presence be a quiet anchor of peace in your home tonight. As you sleep, your calm and steady breathing will be a subconscious reassurance to anyone else in the house. Your peaceful energy will fill the space around you. This is your work now. This is your service. It is the profound and powerful work of simply being. There is a simple, beautiful act that holds immense value, and that is the act of witness. To witness the unfolding of another day. To witness the changing of the light. To witness the life of your loved ones. To simply be present with a quiet, loving, and non-judgmental awareness is to bestow a blessing on everything you see. In this season of your life, you may be called to be less of a participant and more of a loving witness. And the world has never needed loving witnesses more than it does today. Let these words be a soft, gentle rain, washing away any final traces of the fear that you are not enough. You are more than enough. You are a mountain. You are an ocean. You are a library of priceless stories. You are a sanctuary of love. All you have to do is be. And now, all you have to do is rest in that being. Let your presence fill this bed, this room, with a quiet, dignified peace. Let your worth be something you feel in your own bones, a truth that needs no external validation. You are a vital, irreplaceable part of the fabric of this universe. And your presence, right here, right now, is a gift. Now, it is time to give that gift of presence to the world of your dreams. Let go. Drift. Your value is assured. Your work for today is done. Peace be with you. And so, we arrive at the final threshold, the edge of the great, quiet ocean of sleep. All the rivers of our thoughts, our memories, our emotions have been flowing towards this moment, towards this vast and peaceful sea. Sleep itself is the ultimate act of letting go. It is the final and most profound metamorphosis of the day. It is a deep and abiding trust in the body's own innate wisdom to rest, to restore, and to heal. For all the hours of our waking life, we are in a state of relative control. We direct our thoughts. We command our limbs. We impose our will upon the world. But sleep asks for the opposite. It asks for a complete and total surrender of that control. It asks us to release the captain's wheel and to trust that the ship of our own body knows its own way through the dark and quiet waters of the night. To fall asleep is an act of faith. It is faith that you can let go of your conscious vigilance and the world will continue to turn. It is faith that your heart will continue to beat, that your lungs will continue to breathe without your supervision. It is a deep, primal trust in the life force that animates you, a force far older and wiser than your thinking mind. Consider the chrysalis of a butterfly. For a time, the caterpillar must cease all it's doing. It stops crawling, stops eating, and wraps itself in a cloak of darkness and stillness. From the outside, it looks as though life has come to a complete halt. It looks like an ending. But inside that still vessel, the most radical and miraculous transformation is taking place. The old form is dissolving, and an entirely new one is being created. Sleep is our nightly chrysalis. We cease our doing. We retreat from the outer world into a space of stillness and darkness. And in that sacred pause, the body and mind undergo their own quiet metamorphosis. Cells are repaired, tissues are rebuilt, memories are consolidated, with the important ones being woven into the tapestry of our long-term understanding. and the trivial ones being gently washed away. Hormones that regulate our mood, our appetite, our stress levels are rebalanced. It is a period of profound, silent, and essential work. We do not have to direct any of it. We only have to provide the conditions for it to happen. And the primary condition is surrender. The journey we have taken together tonight has been a preparation for this final surrender. We have unburdened the mind, piece by piece, so that it can be light enough to float away on the currents of sleep. We honored the strength of the past, so we no longer have to mourn it. We reframed the frustrations of the present, so we no longer have to fight them. We made peace with the sacred rage and laid down the heavy cloak of uselessness. We learned to see asking for help as connection and surrender as a higher form of strength. We honored the body's miracles, celebrated the wisdom of age, and reconnected with our unchanging inner light. We have made peace between the self of yesterday and the self of today. We have practiced becoming the river, flowing around obstacles with grace. We have breathed in peace and breathed out striving. We have rested in the profound value of our own presence. We have done the work of letting go. And now, all that is left is to let go of the one who is letting go, to allow the conscious you to dissolve for a while, to merge back into the great mystery from which it arises each morning. Do not be afraid of this dissolution. It is not an ending. It is a homecoming. It is a return to the source. The wave, for a time, returns to the ocean, losing its individual form, but remembering its true nature as part of the vast, interconnected whole. In sleep, you are returning to this oceanic consciousness, this deep, dreaming mind of the universe. It is here that healing happens on a level that our waking minds cannot comprehend. It is here that we find solutions to problems that seemed intractable during the day. It is here that we are washed clean, renewed, and made ready for the gift of a new morning. So feel yourself now at the very edge of this ocean. The river of your consciousness is slowing, widening, as it prepares to merge with the sea. The distinction between you and the world around you is becoming soft and blurry. The sounds of the room are fading. The feeling of the bed is fading. Even the awareness of your own body begins to dissolve. There is only a vast, warm, dark, and peaceful presence. This is the gentle mystery of sleep, calling you home. The journey of acceptance that we have explored will continue gently and naturally as you dream. You have planted the seeds of peace, of self-compassion, of a new understanding of strength. And in the fertile darkness of sleep, these seeds will be watered. They will put down roots. You do not need to strive for this to happen. It is a natural process of integration. You will awaken, perhaps not with all your problems solved, but with a subtly shifted perspective, a little more space around your challenges, a little more kindness in your heart for the beautiful, changing, and courageous person you are. Trust the process. Trust the night. Trust the profound and mysterious alchemy of sleep. It is the gentlest of healers, the wisest of teachers. Let it take you now. Let go of this last thread of awareness. Let the words dissolve. There is nothing more to know, nothing more to do. Only the deep, dark, peaceful, and healing mystery of sleep awaits. Surrender to it. Rest now. Rest deep, and be at peace.